Good, and where is my beauty blender? Did I leave it in the bathroom? Please tell me I did it in the bathroom. Hey guys, it's Bianca and welcome back to my channel. Apologies if you can hear like some real wind. It is so hot. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 32 degrees and I'm dying. And of course today I pick the day to review a foundation. The day I don't want to put any makeup on my face because it's so hot. But thankfully I'm going to be mostly indoors all day today. I think it's just really hot. So today I'm reviewing the LA Girl Pro Matte Liquid Foundation. This is the high definition long wear matte foundation. Now I have tried their HD dewy one, and the lighter shade was too orange on my skin and it didn't work on my skin because I have oily skin. So I was really pleased to find out that Discam has started stocking these bad boys, and then when I finally went they had stock in my shade. So obviously I'm the lighter shade. The second one to this I tried out in store and it is super orange. I think it was Bisque. So this is the shade Ivory and the shade next to that is Bisque. So this is Ivory, it's GLM671. So that's what I'm going to be testing out for you guys today. On one side of my face I'm going to be using a brush, and on the other side I'm going to be using a beauty blender, and then we shall see how it goes. So I got this from Discam in Pavilion, and I paid 180 Rand for this, so it's quite pricey for a drugstore foundation. Like I'm very used to paying like between 100 and 150 for a foundation. I know it's an extra 30 Rand, but it just seems a bit steep. So this comes in a frosted matte glass bottle. This is much nicer to the packaging than it was in the other foundation. I just feel this is a lot more sleek. You get 1 fluid ounce, which is 30 ml of product, and it says it is a medium to full coverage, smooth to long wear suede finish. So yeah, I'm very excited. I've heard a lot about this foundation, so I'm excited to put it on my face. Now I've just applied a moisturizer. I'm trying to keep as minimal products on my face today, so I'm probably going to be using a lot of powder, contour, powder, blush, a lot of powder, but we shall see how it works out, and then I'll check in with you guys throughout the day. So I'm just going to give it a bit of shake. You should always want to mix your liquid foundations, because sometimes, especially if it's been sitting in a shop and it hasn't been opened, sometimes the product can separate. So it's always a good idea to ashtray. You got stuck in my bra. I wish you guys could have seen it. Anyway, so let's get started. So I've just given this a good shake. I'm just going to start off on the side of my brush. So this is what it looks like. It has a pump. And do I put it on the back of my hand first? Yeah, let's give it a whirl. So that's how much you get off on one pump. I would say it's not as runny. So I'm just going to dot this. And it actually doesn't smell that bad. The other dewy one was I won't lie, it was a bit, that one had a bit of a weird smell. It kind of smelled paint. A lot of people say that the Western Wild one smells like paint, and I totally agree. It smells more like Play-Doh, anything else. So I'm just going to buff this into my skin. Digging the coverage so far. Okay, so that's what it looks like on half of my face. Definitely medium coverage. I wouldn't say necessarily full. But it does look quite cool on my, it does look quite good on my skin. The only thing I will say is if you do have a tiny bit of dry patches, the night before I put a bit of Benzac on my breakouts, and it's just clung to those, but all of my matte foundations do. So probably not a good idea if you suffer with extremely dry skin, because it'll probably cling a lot more. With regards to pores, they're not looking too shabby, so that's okay. I'm just going to buff away the brush marks and make it one with the skin, and then maybe we'll go with another layer. Okay, so one pump covers the other half of the skin really well. I'm just going to go in for the next pump, dot it the same way I did with the brush side, blend it in with a beauty blender. Okay, so I feel like I've gotten an even amount of coverage, to be honest with you. Almost borderline that the beauty blender is giving me more coverage. Not on these bad boys though, because those are quite prominent, but overall, like my freckles area, I feel like the beauty blender has definitely given me a lot more coverage for some reason. I don't know if it's the sponge, but guys, it's looking like skin, like actual skin. That's always a good sign. There's nothing worse than wearing a foundation that makes it look like you wear foundation. This looks really nice and natural. I look really weird out right now because I literally just woke up. So my under eyes are looking a bit dodgy, but I'm gonna go ahead and build up a second layer. So I'm just going to take one pump. So in total I've used 3 pumps for my, 2 pumps for my whole face, which is not bad. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more coverage to where I need it the most, which is on my cheek area for my acne scarring. This way we'll see if it is buildable. And I'm going to use my beauty blender for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup, and then I will come through and let you guys know how the product's applied on top of it. And yeah, and then I'll probably do some check-ins when I get home at about 4, 6. I know that's a very large time zone, but yeah, so I'll check in with you guys. So the one thing that I will mention is that after putting on my Catrice concealer, it got a bit cakey around my cheek area, but it seems to be okay now. I just got a bit of a fright because it looked really bad, but other than that, everything else blended smoothly on top of it. I will say the longer it's sitting on my skin, the more it's starting to look like a foundation. Like when I first applied it, it looked okay, but it seems like when you let it settle into your skin, it starts to set into your skin. But I'm still not mad. It's still really like, it's looking good. Like from what I expected. It is very matte, very good for me, because majority of the time, you know, they say matte, like the Essence one, and then 2 hours I'm an oily mess. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put a setting spray on, because I want to see what the foundation looks like throughout the day and see what it actually says, if it's whether it's long lasting, all that stuff. So I'm going to go now, and then I'll be back at about, I'm gonna gun for 6 7. So I will check in with you guys then, and then we can make our final conclusion whether it's good or not, because I'm really hoping for Ella Girl to pull through. So I will see you guys later. Hey guys, I am back. It is now currently 7:45, a lot later than I expected to film the check-in, but it was super hectic today. Gateway had absolutely no aircon, and I'm surprised the foundation is actually held up this much. It is looking very cakey now, but it honestly held up right up until about, I would say, 4 o'clock. So when I had it on, guys, it looked amazing despite sweating profusely the whole time I was at Gateway. The heat has just been overwhelming, and I'm honestly so impressed with how this foundation has held up in the heat. Bearing in mind, I do have oily skin and my oil always comes through, but usually my oil comes through in like the first 2 hours of wearing a foundation. So that being said, I think that this foundation is amazing for how long I had it for. This foundation lasts longer than my MAC, and that says a lot considering it's literally nearly half the price. But what I will say is, where I said it had looked cakey in the beginning, it didn't, and now it is looking a bit cakey. There isn't a lot of, it hasn't settled in my frown lines a lot, neither my laugh lines, but it did separate on my nose because I do get very, very oily on my nose and I sweat on my nose. Not sure if that's normal, but anyway, it's probably going to get that checked out. But really impressed with how it held up. Definitely is a matte foundation. Like I said, I only really showed my oil at about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I had it on since like 8 in the morning then. So that was really, really good. Super happy. I would definitely repurchase again. I'm actually thinking of buying a few extra shades for my kit, because I feel like it's that good and it will last you for your matric dance or your wedding. Definitely would recommend, definitely would buy again. I'm going to test it out using a different primer. Even though I didn't prime my skin, it would be cool to see how it tastes with primer. Also to test out with my MAC Fix Plus, because my MAC Matte Fix Plus is really, really good for mattifying the skin. So I will keep you guys posted on my stories. I always do follow-ups like every few times I wear it. It just helps that there is a direct way instead of waiting a week for what I think when I do a video. But anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry I didn't check in much during the week. I mean during the day. It was absolutely chaos. Absolute chaos at that center today. But I'm very happy with this foundation. Goodbye. Definitely recommend. Let me know if you guys have tried it and what your thoughts were, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!